because it's just a bit twatty. So this is... Don't! That is really unfair because I'm 36, I'm starting to go a bit bald here, but ear hair... Let's embarrass him with his ear hair. And it's not like normal hair. How many have you got ear hair? Yeah, you reckon? Yeah, we have. So, some of the bright and sort of crusty, yeah, it's in dreads, right? It's hanging out, right? I got crusty little beads in my ear hair. And my nose. But this room is just sort of fucking weird, isn't it? It's a typical council room, and the council have gone, right, we need a room that can accommodate everything from a Samuel Beckett one-person play to, abseiling. Pardon? I just can't hear anything, because all I hear is just, what? Which is quite sweet. So, I've had a bit of a weird old time recently. I've had a bit of a weird week. So it's quite serious, because I was up at Menwith Hill with Rob, and that was quite weird, because I suddenly found myself trespassing on a US airbase. Right, and because it's all about the Star Wars programme and how it connects in, people had come dressed up as Star Wars. So I'm walking past this enormous radome with Chewbacca and Princess Leia. That was odd. Today I was invited to meet a CIA-funded Iraqi opposition spokesman. That was a bit weird. My mate got arrested under the Official Secrets Act on Monday, but I am the proud owner of 13 new baby stick insects, so it's got its upside. It's very weird, because actually it's completely true. I was supposed to be going to Iraq, right, tomorrow. I was supposed to be going to Iraq and flying over there, and loads of mates of mine going, fucking hell, Mark, watch it. Iraq? Bit dodgy. You be careful in Iraq, flying over to Iraq. And I'm like, what fucking problem are we going to have on the flight? We're hardly going to get fucking held up by Afghan hijackers. You're going where? You have the fucking gun, you drop us at Kabul, you fuck off to Baghdad. And as some of you might know, the sanctions on Iraq have resulted in the death of something like 500,000 under fives. And that's completely true, that's UNICEF's figures, that's the minimum figure you're going to get. And we were going to take over medicines to Iraq. And the Foreign Office said, no, you can't do that. You can't take medicines over to Iraq. That would just present Saddam Hussein with a propaganda victory. You think, well, what kind of war are we fucking fighting if someone goes, I have aspirin, I win? What fucking war are we fighting here? Seriously, they have banned, you cannot export to Iraq the diphtheria vaccine, typhoid, tetanus, cholera. You can't export those to Iraq because Saddam Hussein, you see, what he might do is get hold of them and turn them into chemical weapons. That's the official line. But if he gets hold of a fucking tetanus jab and turns it into a chemical weapon, give him a fucking Blue Peter Award. It's Queen's Award for Industry. Get the Duke of Edinburgh to patronise him. Just tap him on the head. Very good. Your award. Marvellous. Very good. Just fuck off. Are you inbred? No, never mind. You know, it's that kind of... They have banned going to Iraq. Iraq tried to import 16 bulls to improve their cattle stock. And the UN said, no, you can't have 16 bulls. Because he could use them as a weapon. No, that bull seaman could take your eye out, just fucking... You know, you get army charging across the desert, them standing there with a... I wank off the bull. Come on, I have bull, I wank it off in your eye. Come on. I am mad, I do not care. 2 bulls. They have banned going to Iraq ping-pong balls. Ping-pong balls. How is he going to use that as a weapon? Has he got some kind of elite Republican Guard Thai sex worker battalion? Fucking hell. Whoa, number 13 on the Thai lottery. What the fuck is going on? And it was weird because people come up with this thing, no, you see, the problem is you can't lift the sanctions. All right, it is killing lots of children, but you can't lift the sanctions, no. Because we don't know what chemical weapons he's got there. Okay. Find your copy of the invoice, look it up. Saddam Hussein killed 500,000 children. Fucking front page of the Daily Mail would just be a huge exclamation mark that went on for the whole page. Ah! We do it, fine. It's fucking weird though, because they personalise it. The Iraqi people don't exist. Well, you know, Saddam Hussein, he's got medicine, but he just doesn't give it out. Ooh, what? He's a dictator. You've known that for some fucking time. Well, no, we have to bring him down. Well, what about the Iraqi people? They don't exist according to the West. It's just Saddam. Turn on any newspaper, any news program, any fucking paper. Saddam must comply with the resolutions. Yeah, and they keep calling it Saddam. And it's personal. Him. And actually, in Iraq, his name is pronounced Isdam. That's how you pronounce his name. It's not Saddam, it's Isdam. That's why he hasn't complied. He's gone, this Saddam, he in big trouble. Oh, they kick his butt when they get him, huh? And it was weird, because doing the job I do, which I vaguely describe it as a job, it's just like annoying people and getting paid for it. It's fucking great. And do I work in the job centre? Fairly good heckle. Not bad. Definite improvement from here. I'm getting heckled from over there by the sort of like the Welsh male choir and socialist workers. You work in the job centre then. Oh, sorry, that's an insult, isn't it? Oh, fucking. I like the Socialist Worker Party because I'll tell you why. It's a very simple reason. When you go on a march or a demo, they've always got a banner. And they've always got that bit, the Socialist Worker Party, underneath, which is great for roach material. I don't know if any of you... So, I got invited. This person phoned me up and said, hello, I'd like to invite you to come and speak to the House of Commons All-Party Human Rights Committee. I said, what? I said, it's Mark Thomas. He said, yes. I said, fuck it, okay, yeah. Into the lion's den. And you go in there, and you know it's like big Gothic fucking architecture outside, and you walk in, I've got my bag with some tapes and stuff that we're going to show them, and I walk up and the police goes, why are you here? I said, because of how Human Rights Committee, right through, you go up on the left, and you get up there and you have to get your bag out and you have to put it through the machine, and there's a bleeper machine, metal detector, jacket off, keys off, everything, go through the detector, and it's beep, 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 fucking hell, something set them off, and so someone searches me, they get the little bleeper out, beep, 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 it's your belt buckle, all right, and I fucking get all my stuff together, and I'm all like this, and this security guard goes, who are you going to fuck up today, Mark? I swear to God, he turned around and just went, really fucking stick it to him, don't say I said that. And when Tony Blair says that, stands there and goes, there's no such thing as class and all this bollocks, I think, no, you're a security guard, have a word with him. He fucking hates you. So I go into this committee room, I sit down, there's these Labour politicians there, and they're the ones that care about human rights. And I'm sitting there, and they go, Mark, first of all, we want to thank you for coming here. We really appreciate it. We're going to listen, very, very interested in what you've got to say. We're here to support you. We're here to listen. We're here to act on what you have to say. We want to tell you and convince you of our commitment to you and also to the commitment of human rights. But most important, the commitment to listen to you today about what you feel is important. And suddenly this bell went off, and they went, oh, sorry, we've got to go and vote, and fucked off. Every single one of them. Oh, thanks a lot. And they came back and they said, where were we? And I said, well, you're telling me how committed you were. And so I'm sitting there and I'm talking about Indonesia and stuff. I thought, fuck it, it's worth a punt. And I said to them, all these politicians, I said, just out of interest, are you aware that in America, an American senator tried to impeach George Bush for the bombing of Baghdad and for the sanctions? They tried to impeach him. They said, no, we're not aware. I said, if you had that method of impeachment here, Would you impeach Tony Blair for the bombing of Baghdad? Or for the bombing of Sudan and the fucking bogus chemical weapon factory that turned out to be making aspirin? Would you impeach him for that? And this look went round the fucking room, and the look went... And it was a look of abject horror. It was like being in one of those old Punch cartoons. You know, it's got the man who put mustard on his venison, and his bloke's going like that, and everyone else goes... You know. And they really did look horrified, like I'd asked them the worst thing in the world. Like I'd said, have you ever touched your mum in a private place? And eventually one of them just went, well, no, Mark. I wouldn't impeach Tony Blair. I said, why? He said, well, because we've had 18 years of Tory rule and I really couldn't bring upon myself to bring down the Labour... And at the end I said, well, aren't you abdicating moral responsibility? And he stared right into my fucking... You could feel the stare go... And he just went, yes, I am. And I'm quite confused when they're that honest. So anyway, right, my mate Julianne Davis got arrested by a special branch under the Official Secrets Act. I got a phone call from a friend of hers. Julie's been arrested under the Official Secret. I said, what happened? They said, well, 4 special branch just came into lectures, because she's a student, and dragged her out. I thought, well, that's a bit fucking heavy-handed. 4 special branch walk into lectures, fucking room full of students going, fuck. What did I do with that traffic cone? What did I do? I think I left it by the skip. Did I take it home? Did I take it? It's got my prints on it. It's got my fucking prints on it. They got a warrant to seize her computer and all the contents of the computer. And you think, why? She's a student. How many fucking websites for a Red Dwarf can there be? Well, are they standing around looking at a student's computer just going, so the ringleader is Crichton. Yeah. The code word is Smeg. Pass it on. She's a fucking student. What official secrets is she going to know? What do you think she's doing? Phoning up Colonel Gaddafi? The uni bar's got a 2-for-1 vodka offer. Is Gaddafi walking around going, so the Christian Union recruit with hobnobs at their meeting? It's fucking astounding. And the weird thing about it is it all seemed to kick off again when somebody put up the secret report from MI6 and MI5. Oh, it was actually MI5 report about MI6 on the internet, which basically said, yes, there was a plot to kill Colonel Gaddafi. We did know about it. And one of our agents, who was called Tunworth, and this document, by the way, is still up on the internet if you go to the Cryptome site, with an E at the end. Okay? And they're doing everything they can to wipe off this trace of this document. Get rid of it. And some people have been, you know, Number 10's got a website where you can mail them things. It's been up there for a little while now, because people have just been going, fuck it, you should find out about this, Tony, look what they're doing, mate. And I recommend that if you do get to the Cryptome site, download the document and just post it into Downing Street, because that will really fuck them off. And sometimes it's just worth it for that. But one of the interesting things about this document is their agent, who was, you know, normally you think sort of Secret Service agents are recruited from Oxford and Cambridge. Is why sort of Blunt, Philby, Burgess, Maclean, all of that lot, and they're all sort of Cambridge toff homosexuals. And the Russians must have been wandering around going, who is friend of Dorothy? What is friend of Dorothy here? What do they mean? Look at the state of her. What is going on? But Tunworth didn't. This bloke walked in off the street into an MI6 office and just said, I'm going to kill Colonel Gaddafi. Will you help me? Give us a job. And they said, yes. He just walked in. He's a bloke. I fucking have more rigorous questions for the bloke who rings your doorbell and said, trim your hedge for a quid. I just wonder, what did he do for tout for business? He got little flyers, put them through your letterbox. I'll kill anyone in the Balmain, North Africa region. You know, what is going on? But they're so wound up about Shayla. This is how wound up they are. There's this committee called the D-Notice Committee. And what their job is to make sure that everything that goes in the press or on the telly is right and doesn't interrupt national security. They're so fucking mad. It used to be run, hold on a sec, I'm going to finish this and then we'll have questions at the end, all right? Yeah, at the end, love. Yeah. I didn't hear what they said. What was that? They've closed Shamrock Farm. I've never liked that place. So anyway, David Shayla. Was that the bed and breakfast one? I think I stayed there. Was that bad? I should have. Lovely. Good. Is this the first time you've heckled, Sweetness? Just feel the love of the group. We're all there for you, man. We care. So there's a D-Notice Committee. You've got to go to them to all the stuff to clear it. And we sort of fuck around with them a bit because it's run by a bloke called Rear Admiral Pulvertaft. Complete true. And his assistant, Commander Ponsonby. And you'll phone up and just go, it's Pulvertaft. And, no, I'll check out Ponsonby, though. And we pretended that we were writing a book. And we'd phone up and say, look, we're writing a book. Can we print the plans, the council blueprints for Menwith Hill in the book? Oh, no! No, you can't do that. Oh, why is that? No, 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 no. It's official secret. It's D-Notice. Definitely can't do it. Oh, flipping heck. What do you mean, flipping heck? Oh, I can't believe I've been so stupid. Oh, no. What have you... oh, it's just that we've had it as the backdrop for the TV show for the past 8 weeks. Well, I suppose you can have it in the book then, yes. And if you've ever got a spare afternoon and you're wandering around Vauxhall, just because of Vauxhall Cross, just stand at Vauxhall Station, just photograph whoever comes out of the building and then send them the photographs. Go, can I put this in my book? No! Just fuck about a bit. And he got replaced, this guy got replaced by a guy called Rear Admiral Nick Wilkinson. And we phoned up to try and explain that we had to show him a tape of French acrobats whirling sparklers around, spelling out what they may or may not have seen in a secret document on the floor of the Paris Embassy, right? I said, I'm not sure whether it actually reveals any secrets from the document. He goes, well, you better bring it in straight away. 11 o'clock, MOD building. I said, right. And you get there, and it's like, not like a normal reception, like there's a reception desk, and there's these vertical test tubes. And you walk up to them, and half it goes, and you walk in, it goes, and then the front bit goes, and you walk out again, and it's all a little bit mini-me. It's a little bit weird. You know, somewhere in the building down below, there's a bloke with a cat going, yes. And we go up to his room and we play him the tape. And at the end of the tape of the acrobats whirling the sparklers, it lasts about 8-9 minutes. He goes, well, I think that's very funny. I shall recommend that you can broadcast that. Well done. Thank you for being responsible and showing it to me. I said, oh, there's just one thing. David Shayla said he was going to send me a Christmas card. And he said he's going to put a surprise in it. What happens if I open the card, it breaks the Official Secrets Act? Am I liable to a legal charge? He said, no, not if you bring it round here straight away. He said, if you leave it lying around for someone to photograph, that's it, you could be in trouble. So like, Christmas card, ha-ha. So he actually said to us, if you're in any doubt, just bring it round unopened and I'll open it for you. And then I'll tell you whether I have to burn it or whether you can read it. And so the day arrived when we got this letter from Paris, from David Shayla, and we just thought, fuck it, let's go for it. So he phoned him up and said, we've got the letter and it's unopened and we're not sure. Bring it in straight away, 11 o'clock. Mini-me, straight in. He said, right, you sit down there in that chair there. I'm going to open the card over here so you can't see it. And he opened it, it's sort of tacky Christmas baubles, and it just says on the inside, Merry Christmas, Mark and Jack, who was working on the show. Cherie Blair has a file at MI5. Lots of love, David Shayla. And that's what it said on the inside. And he just started laughing. He just laughed at it. I said, that's very funny. No, you can keep this. And I just saw it. That is quite funny. Cherie Blair's got a file at MI. That is this. I said, we can keep it. He said, yes, absolutely. I said, can we broadcast it? He said, no. No, absolutely not. No. Because the fact that Cherie Blair might have a fucking file, God, that'll bring the state down, that will, wouldn't it? If it did, if that logic is correct, that revealing that fucking Cherie Blair has got an MI5 file is correct, if that logic, that it actually affects the state, is true, Socialist Worker Party wouldn't be selling papers, would they? They'd be sitting at home writing Christmas cards. Ha ha! I'll just send this off and watch the Lloyds building collapse. Oh, fucking put the wind up the management, won't it? Fucking MI5, MI6, big fucking lenses, coats, dark glasses. The bluebells are green in Leningrad this year. From let go. Can't dial up 0898 now, can I? Who knows who's listening? A weird thing happens though, because we have this thing called lawyering. We have this thing called lawyering on the show. And it means anything that's fucking good gets cut out. And we had this great bit where this bloke, who was the health minister of Zimbabwe, we were talking to him about Nestle, and he basically said, oh, if Nestle was sitting here, I would say, are you so hell-bent on genocide that you want to kill every African child? Which I thought, fuck, we've got to have that bit in. And, oh, I should tell you as well, while we're up at Menwith Hill, I forgot about this. You know they get all the cops come out with the cameras and film you? You know, all that stuff. You're legally entitled to get that footage back. You can write in to ModPlod and say, you know that bit that you took of me? Can I have it, please? Not for any particular reason, I just fancied it. And they have to give it to you. And while we're up at Menwith, me and my mates had forgot to bring a camera, so we just, 8 of us, go, could you just take a picture of us by the sign? I fucked it up today because I phoned up the Ministry of Defence police force and I was going to just inquire about getting it. And you know, sometimes you're just in a flippant mood and I was just sort of ho-hum, bit of music on, la-la-la. Hello, is that Ministry of Defence? Yes, it is. I'm just phoning up to inquire about getting a bit of footage from Menwith Hill. Oh, well, the department that are dealing with that, unfortunately, the head of department died the other week and they're all at his funeral. Oh, well, he's just a copper. Oh, fuck, what have I said? What have I fucking said? What have I fucking said? I might have some obstruction to get that bit of footage, but, you know, I'll, just to let you know. Because it'll be fun. You can stand outside Nestle headquarters with a big banner going, you fucking murdering bastards! You fucking corporate scumbags! Just on a big banner. And then you just write to them and say, you know that bloke standing outside with a big banner? That was me. Can I have the footage? So just have a go at that. But the, oh, yeah, I was talking about Nestle and this bloke. While I was talking to him, he said, oh, we just mentioned this company called Wyeth who make SMA baby milk. And he said, oh, interested you should say that, because we recently caught them, my customs official caught them, trying to smuggle short-dated milk into Zimbabwe, which is potentially very dangerous and could actually cause direct harm to children if it hasn't been looked after and stored properly, and could actually result in infant mortality. And I thought, fuck, well done, you fucking got them. I mean, it was powdered baby milk, so in smuggling terms, it's not sort of like up there. Do you know, in smuggling terms, it's not big Charlie big potatoes. You know, blokes sitting there just shoveling powdered baby milk into condoms. Yeah. Walking through customs going, fuck, I feel nutritious and creamy, your bag's burst, I don't know what happened. The customs and excise just coming up and just patting you gently on the back. And him! Search him! And so it doesn't seem big, but it results in death. Just as sometimes people go, oh, well, it's just one dock worker who died. It results in death. It's death. Murder is murder. That's what it is. That's what it fucking is. If Simon had been Jill Dando, they would have fucking been over that place with a tooth comb, and you know that's a fact. So... oh, I've got to tell you about this. I've got to tell you about this while I just quickly remember. Because we fucked up. We made a fuck up, but we had a really good try. You remember when Tony Blair was going on these speaking tours around London, appearing with Gordon Brown and sort of going, Ken Livingstone is the devil. Ooh, he is bad. I'm going to vote for Ken, not because I think he's a good politician. It's just I think he'll really fuck off Tony Blair. Excellent. It's not necessarily we want Ken to win, it's we want Tony to lose. That's how it works. I remember the fucking second day that the Labour government were in power, walking on stage and just saying, I've waited 18 years to say this, so I hope you'll indulge me. That Labour government, what a bunch of fucking wankers. You know, and that's the attitude we've got to have. So, what happened was they were doing these speaking tours, and it was Labour Party members only. And somebody phoned up and said, I'm a Labour Party member, I've got tickets to get in and see Tony Blair and Gordon Brown. Would you like to come? I said, yeah, that would be lovely. Let me look through my diary. Oh no, I'm doing nothing, I can make it that evening. And we turned up with a little camera crew. And we thought, fuck it, let's try and get in, let's try and busk it, okay? And we saw there's this big log jam because they've overbooked. So all these Labour Party members are stuck outside going, why can't we see Tony? It's our democratic right. And we saw there's a door up some steps, and we said, oh, fuck it, while they're having the row, let's go up the steps. So we nipped up the steps, and we're in the building, and it's a student union building. So we get a bit lost. We end up in a bar. There's a bloke on the table, hold him down, you Zulu warrior, drinking his own sick. I thought, that's not Tony Blair. He is many things, but he's not that. And I said, Tony Blair, and this rugby player just went, no, you want to go round there, turn right, turn left, you'll be down the stairs. If you want to avoid security, take the lift. Fucking right. I thought, well done for a rugby player. Do you know what I mean? Because like rugby players, you know, it's just like IQ on the back of the shirt. Fucking great. He was top banana. So we've got down into this room and it's packed. There's probably sort of like 2-3 times as many people as there are here tonight in this hall. And I've gone and sat down where the aisles cross. So I'm ready to run. I'm sitting there like this. And it's so embarrassing because all these people, they've got a chance to question Tony Blair. And they go, right, we'll have questions there, there, and there. And these people are getting up and go, I would just like to say to the Prime Minister. And you think, go on. He is absolutely fantastic. He is the most marvellous politician. He is fantastic. He's the best in the world. And he walks on water. I was dead last week. He touched me. I'm alive. You know, and even the Labour Party people are a bit critical, like, well, you've fucked up on the health service, haven't you? All Tony Blair has to do is go, we're not the Tories. And they go, yes! So it's like this. Honestly, if there had been some kind of religious iconography there, they would have been arrested under cult status. So that's their reality. They're going mad. In my reality, that's not happening. In my reality, I'm not even sitting at the fucking crossroads of an aisle. In my reality, I'm leaning out of a book depository window in downtown Dallas, and I'm scoping up for Mr. Fuck. I'm fucking there, man. I'm completely fucking there. And I'm ready, and I'm just like, here we go, this is fucking Tony. And this guy next to me nudges me and goes, Mark, they've spotted you. I turn around, all these Labour apparatchiks are going, and my mate Sean, who's the sound guy, right, is 6'6", is fucking handy. I've gone, Tony, and these guys have come along the aisle ready to block me when I move. Like Labour apparatchiks, men with suits. And they're squatting like this. Ready to go. Sean, as soon as the standing ovation starts, we're not the Tories, hooray! Sean, God bless him, just walks into them. Just goes, nudges them with the boom mic. I've nipped over the fucking knee. I'm pegging down the fucking aisle. I see Tony, he's 50 yards away. The whole crowd are on the street. The feet, they're cheering, they're shouting, they're Tony, Tony, Tony. And I'm fucking pegging down there, man. That's not my reality, because in my reality, it's all in fucking slow motion, man. Everything is in slow motion, and all I can hear is the Chariots of Fire theme music. And I'm dodging these people who are trying to grab us from behind. And it's like American football as I nudge past. And I come up and I hear this voice going, Mark, get the fucker on the stage. And I've come forward and 9 Special Branch and Labour guys blocked us off. I was 5 steps away from him. 5 steps, man. You can't know how gutting that is. Seriously. It's the nearest I've felt like to being John Wayne Bobbitt. Ah! And I could have done anything because it's Tony Blair. I could have done it. I could have just jabbed him in the eye. Boom, fuck off. I could have just sidled up to him and go, have you ever touched a man's penis? I could have done anything. I could have just said, why are you so fucking corporately knob polishing? And I could have said anything. I could have said, you know that Ilissu Dam that's going to displace between 20 and 60,000 Kurdish people that you're approving and spending British money on? You seem to know a lot of blokes with big houses. Can they stay at their places? I could have said anything. Could have fucking said anything, but it just bang. But we only have to be lucky once. In the words of the IRA. I'm paraphrasing, but we only have to be lucky. And we will. We will fucking get him. I promise you. I will turn up here one day and I'll say, he is mine. He is mine. Tony Blair is now my prison punk and I claim him for my bride. Because that man is such a corporate fucking knob-polishing shyster right-wing scumbag that for me, when you say, you know, because I'll be honest about this, I live for the day when fucking Cherie catches bits of his fucking skull in that open-top convertible. I fucking live for that day. All I want to see is fucking Tony's brains on her fucking dress, and I want Cherie's baby to be black. Is it too much to ask? There's some people at the back going, Mark, you're advocating selective political assassination, aren't you? Well, sort of. I mean, I'm a pacifist myself, but fuck it. If someone else wants to do it, I'll help with the sandwiches. Every fucking one of them, Jack fucking Straw. The man's so right fucking wing, Michael Howard is going, how the fuck does he get away with it? What's going on? This evil little fuckpig. Yes, you can ask a question, but give me... Will I do a record with Jello Biafra and the Dead Kennedys? If you're offering, fuck it, yeah, great. Actually, one of my favourite records was done by Jello Biafra, and do you remember that old Christian folk song that was done by June Carter Cash and the Carter Cash family? And it's called, Will the Circle be unbroken, by and by, Lord, by and by. And there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, Jello Biafra got hold of it and did an ode to sort of right-wing Christians called Will the Fetus be aborted, by and by, Lord, by and by. And it didn't get very far in the charts, but fucking great record. No, but it's great, isn't it? Cheese rolls, lovely. I'm being heckled by Floyd on food. Cheese rolls, lovely. Have you just got that one heckle? Did you just sort of like write it down going, I'll be really funny tonight? Fuck it, this is a great laugh. Come on, I'll come and join you. Cheese roll. So, just before I go and have my cheese roll, it is quite a Dadaist heckle, isn't it? No, I shall just put words in, from the dictionary in a hat and pull them out one at a time. Woman, fish, ha, me, no. Where the fuck is Lee Harvey Oswald when you really need him? Oh. You're in the fucking Abraham Lincoln balcony, mate. Don't you be too safe. Ooh, easy. No, fuck it. Right, here we go. So I'm just going to tell you this final bit just about old Robin Cook. He's changed his ethical line. Robin Cook no longer says they have an ethical policy. He says we have 3 parts of our policy. The first part is diplomacy for democracy. The second part is constructive engagement. That means we sell people the arms, but criticise them. Here are the guns. Your table manners are appalling. And the third part, is, for British business abroad, is enlightened self-interest. That's his words. Enlightened self-interest. And it's just like, how the fuck does that fit together? What's this spiritual greed shit? Enlightened self-interest, it's an oxymoron. It's words that don't go together. It's just sort of like Channel 5 news. It's not viable. And he has this ethical arms policy. He's sold arms all over the place. To fucking Indonesia, to Zimbabwe, to all... And you just sort of think, if this is the ethical policy, what the fuck is the unethical one? What's the other? Robin Cook would have to go out there and kill people. Fucking, he would be just wandering around East Timor before the fucking peacekeepers get in there going, it's a gorgeous hat for a So, I'm going to fuck off a sec, but... No, yes. I'd love to stay here, but I have a home and a bed. Stay here. Stay here forever like a living statue of performance art. Listen, we are going to organise some stuff about the Ilisu Dam soon, and we'll be invading Balfour Beatty. We'd like as much support as we can. As Balfour Beatty are building a dam that are going to displace 20,000 to 60,000 people with a big fucking dam, we thought we're going to try and flood their offices. Oh, hello there. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Nice to see you. He's sweet. He looks like Jesus in the early days, doesn't he? You know, it's... No, pre-cross. Come on. Ah! Forgive them, Father, for they know what they do. That's what apparently Jesus said when he was on the cross, and you just think, no, he didn't. He said, fuck! Nail! And I love that. Because the Christian faith is one of love where we all share together. And that is why we need to have a murdered man hanging around your neck. That's fucking great, man. If they scrap New Deal, can we have Pinochet back, did you say? What do you think he's going to... What, is he going to come back in? Go, now they've got rid of the New Deal, there's a real chance for me to get a good job round here. It's qualifications, well, a bit naughty on occasion, but... I love that whole attitude. Well, you can't put someone on trial for murder because he's very old. Yeah, that's bollocks, because that means pensioners could get away with anything, doesn't it? Just walk around with a gun. I'm 84, hello. Mad. You are just in the wrong support group tonight, man. Yeah, very bad. It's bad. It's very, very bad. The terrorism is bad, Bill. In fact, I have said tonight that I live for the day when Tony Blair is murdered. I have said tonight that I would actually said, yes, I would make the sandwiches for the bloke who killed Tony Blair. Therefore, I'm a terrorist. And actually, by the fucking definition of the terrorist bill, because you have been in the same room as me, you are all terrorists too. You are all terrorists. Each and every one of you, under this bill, you are. You can shake your head, but under the bill, if you're in a fucking room with people who advocate political violence, ooh, you're a bad boy, you could be nicked. Sorry, it's just turned into a picket line now, hasn't it? All I know is, what do we want? Ooh, whatever we want. So, I'll just tell you this before I go, and this, I think you might find this handy. This is the reason I don't smoke dope anymore. And you might find this useful. What it was... No, calm. We're not on the demonstration yet. There's no socialist worker banners. Calm. I was doing a gig. Oh, the hecklers are heckling the hecklers. It's going off now. They're coming into the final furnal, and the heckler's coming up with a big punch. The peck's going in, and he's over the hurdle. It's a physical, emotional hurdle, and he's clambered over it. He's prepared to use physical violence, and he's coming up now to the actual final hurdle, which is landing the punch, and it's there. So, lovely. Was at a gig. Did an interview with a magazine called Weed World. And Weed World, for those of you that don't know, is a specialist magazine, and it's pronounced Weed World. And after the interview, this bloke went, "Thanks a lot, there's a little something for you," which means, "Thank you for your time, I wish to reward you with some homegrown." And I thought, lovely, a little bit of homegrown. I'm with my mate Paul, he's driving us home, we're in Coventry, so we skin up, just fucking, I think, lovely, little nice bit of homegrown, nice smooth ride home, get in the car, light up, strongest fucking skunk I've ever had in my life. I'm tripping off my fucking ghoulies. I'm off my ghoulies are Morris dancing. Hilly-eye, 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 hilly-eye. I'm looking out the window looking for spaceships going, no, they're coming, man, they're fucking coming, they're coming. I've turned to my mate Paul and I said, "I'm really fucking sorry, man, I'm stoned off my fucking ghoulies." He said, "You're stoned, I can't feel the steering wheel." I know it's down there, but I daren't look. And we're just going down the motorway. And if you come into the west of London, there's a bit on the motorway where all the fucking lights in the middle suddenly go down to half size because there's a nearby airport, right? Frankly, if you're going to clip 30 foot of pole, you shouldn't be fucking flying, in my opinion, but that's... The designers thought, give them the edge, drip it down. And we're driving along, they don't go down slowly, they go down whang, slowly, so we're driving stoned, whang, ah, we've grown! We're enormous! These lights are but toothpicks to my mind. And they go back, we are back to normal. It must just be for that bit. And on the way back home that night, on 3 separate occasions, me and my mate Paul saw drunk drivers. And on every occasion, we turned to each other and went, "There's no need for that." I just thought, when you're fucking looking out the window for spaceships and you can still find the moral high ground, things are getting weird. Thanks a lot for coming along tonight. No.
That's it. Thanks very much for coming. Thanks to Joe Brand, Mark Thomas, Colin, Simon Jones Campaign, the people who made the film, the crew. Thanks to Host Channel for having us, and thanks to you. We're here for the long run. See you again. Casualisation kills.